Okay, so on that last video, I wasn't able to properly show the 15 cards for the extra deck. This is the 15. I am thinking about, so these are the two duality targets, but you actually can summon them easily. I mean, well, this one you can summon easily, and this one it's kind of cool. If I ever play against Dark Magician decks or Dark Magician Destruction, you can actually use Albaz to fuse with them, and then just make it the Dragoon. Pretty cool. Or just summon Albaz and fuse. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, so let's see here. I pretty much covered this. This is for the hand rips and the good stuff right here. These go together. It's the level 12. That's definitely the MVP of the deck. It's a non-target. Negate any card. Omni negate. That you can trigger yourself. You don't have to wait for your opponent to leave the card to leave the extra deck. The one Dust Dragon. I could always send Dragoon if I absolutely had to, and that's never came up. But like, say with a high spirits target, um, the Dragon that Devours, the one Sanctifier, which is the center of the deck, and in a way, she's usually there. And um, yeah, like I love keeping Sanctifier in rotation. That's really powerful stuff. And then this is just my favorite because I recycle two to summon her, or I summon her off duality, and it's a mirror jade. I also like doing that, summoning this instead of mirror jade, the same way that we usually use Lubellion, except I recycle two fusions, and and then I get a Mirror Jade on board, so I can actually use my Albaz to make a Mirror Jade on their turn. You know how often we make Mirror Jade ourselves, and we don't get to use Albaz to make it. So now I use Philia Regis, and then I can make Mirror Jade, my Dogma. It's not just the Dogma that I can make on their turn. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the times it'd be. So anyway, thank you guys. I appreciate you. And then I also did make one last change. I'm contemplating putting the Winda and Al Capone in the main deck in place of Entis and Philia Regis, right? Because this is basically just to help me do the ritual locks, and it's also a good toolbox card. But I could cut it, no problem. If I did cut the 8, it's just that I like the 8 better than the 12 because it has that lock factor. It has the factor that it's a level 8. There's a lot of pros and cons. I might do a video on weighing those two pros and cons. Sending the level 12 to summon Albazoa, the level 12 ritual. Sending the Lulu Walilith, this one from extra deck, is extremely powerful because getting Cartesia to field means instant Dust Dragon, which means instant Christia. Because every end phase we could summon or set the Brandon in red, and we always have a field loaded with spellcasters for our Sanctifier plays, right? So I realized maybe Albazoa is kind of a lock card because it's going to be sending me the Lulu, who's going to be summoning at the end phase Cartesia, which is might as well be Dust Dragon. So I'm gonna have some things to think about with that. But yeah, everything else has been perfect. I'll really miss these two if I do that. If I do that, basically I would be switching the 8 to the Albazoa, and then also that would mean that I would be taking these two and either putting in maybe another Albion, even though it's never come up, maybe a Rinbrum, which really doesn't come up. I might play the Dogmatic Calamity because it is a Dogmatica style deck. The Dogmatic Calamity is phenomenal in this deck, and I've been dying for a chance to finally fit it in, so that might be my chance. Or I cut these two and make it Al Capone and Winda, and basically then just put the one Schism in my deck, and then that way, like Freddy Krueger and stuff, or Nadir Servant, or any of it, anything that sends from extra deck is an instant window on board. So I thought of it, and I'm like, that's too nice. So I'm very likely to put that in, but at the same time, it's also too easy to get Christia out, get the ritual the way I like this a lot, playing these two, having the toolbox effect of Ventus, and being able to just the ritual 8. I just really got used to that whole thing. I will miss if I take it out, the taking out 2 to 3 cards from their extra deck every turn. So that's a powerful effect that I've really grown to love. Plus I put them in a lock so they can't even access the extra deck. And it's it's always got Christia with it. But yeah, it'd be swapping these two out for Apkalone and Winda, in the main deck, so that when I send from extra deck, I'm always guaranteed to have a lock on deck. That's pretty damn dope. And it's a spellcaster for my Secret Village. So I will be heartbroken a little if I don't put Winda in. But at the same time, it's like Winda may be overkill. And it's 2 spots. And I know you're thinking that about these two, but trust me, it's too nice. The Entis plays are too nice with the ritual. It's so easy. It's just too easy. And I love Entis, you know. Thanks, guys. Let me know any feedback.